Hey guys, it is the holiday season and our friends over at Ariat sent me some hats to give away, just like this one. I've got 7 hats that I'm going to be giving away, and to be eligible, all you have to do is comment in the next YouTube video. We're not going to start the giveaway this video, but the very next one, and we'll just keep going. We'll do one giveaway, one hat giveaway per video, and I'm also going to do one $20 gift card to farmfocus.com per video. So all you have to do to enter is comment. We have a random comment picker thingamabobber, and we'll select you, and just make sure you come back to the video and check your comments to see if you won. Morning! So this morning we're going to spread some fertilizer. I need this telehandler to load the tender truck, because basically it's the only thing we got that'll reach over the tender truck. So I'm taking it over to the hoop barn, the other farm, and get after some fertilizer. Hopefully this afternoon we'll be running some double crops. BJ and Brad, they are hauling all the trucks in. We will now have space, because today is December 1st. We did capture our basis that we've been holding off on. Only problem was the market kind of tanked the last 2 days. But hey, everything's up this morning, so I don't think that's going to be a long-term tanking. I think we're still going to end up making a little bit more money doing this. Maybe not as much as original, but still come out okay. But they have like 6 trucks to haul this morning. 2 grain carts, 4 semis, and then those holding bins are all full of corn. Lots of corn to haul. And lots of beans to haul. Alright, now we got to move the fertilizer over there while I've got my chauffeur here. So everything's moved. Let's start loading the fertilizer spreader. So there's a chance of rain basically all day today, and I don't want to dump that fertilizer on the ground. And we still have equipment in the hoop barn for now, and if it starts raining I want that equipment in the hoop barn. So I am basically going to raise up that bucket, raise up the bed, dump the truck into the bucket of the telehandler out of the cold chute, and it's gonna be slower, but if it starts raining we're not gonna have a mess to try to scramble and clean up. The first step is to make sure this oxbow is not dead. Oh, we forgot to disconnect. Ah, there we go. Well, it's just starting to rain, so crap. That did not work out. None of this worked out. The waiting didn't work. Well, it's supposed to rain for 10 days. Woke up today with a 50% chance of rain. Perfect. Perfect. We'll get it. Just ain't gonna be today, it doesn't look like. Get the spreader pulled in here, and if it doesn't do any more than this, we'll be able to spread here in a little bit. And it has not really rained much yet, but I don't want to be loading the spreader in this rain. Don't want that fertilizer to get any wetter than it has to. At least we're pretty well loaded up. Morning. Loading out some grain. So now I'm over here at the other grain bins. Basically today we are hauling grain. We are getting stuff empty that's been loaded since last week. We are also, after we get everything emptied, making room. So now that it's December, there's a lot of people are done now. We definitely should have not waited till December, looking back. I'm really kicking myself for that. But anyways, Cargill probably won't be open this weekend because there's not as many people running, and that's how they roll. So we're going to try to make room so that when we get nice weather tomorrow and Saturday, we can run. So in more good news, this 43,000 bushel bean bin behind me, the doors broke on it. We barely got it cracked open. Probably take an hour and a half, 2 hours to load truck now. Perfect. Such a good morning. Okay, I've cooled down a little bit. I don't remember where we left off, but I was getting pretty worked up there for a while. So, what I'm doing now, Cargill and Chillicothe just closed off. Our last load was 16.3. They said it's too wet for them. Whatever. Maybe they're out of wet space. Whatever. I don't know. But we have a local, smaller grain elevator just 10 miles past them. We're going to take some corn there just to get these holding bins empty right here. What's really hurting us here right now, we filled everything with corn. Well, to load out, we have got to load out with this bin right here. So it still has wet corn in it. By wet, I mean probably 16 and a half. So we were pulling out of that bin because it has a loadout right here. Basically enough room to where we could run this corn through the dryer and into that bin. Well, my igniter's, something's wrong with my igniter on my dryer, but the corn that is in the dryer is 14%. With this being 16.5, I'm just going to take it to that other elevator to get that bin empty. Then we can haul a load of beans out of this bin because we need a space for one more bean truck here. And that's what I'm going to do now. But right now, that bin that we load out with is set right here to load that dryer. You cannot move this right now. There's too much weight on it. But whenever I dump this dryer and grain is flowing down through it, it'll be flowing enough that I can flip that valve. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And then I'm going to take this other semi that is loaded from last week's corn, the last day of corn harvest. I'm going to take it to that place and then come back and load out that holding bin. Come in here, we're going to turn this on to dump manually. It's dumping now, and all will be well. Now the bean bin at the other grain facility, that floor has, something has broken there in the main sump where we're only able to open it maybe, I would say 50% or not even, maybe 20% of what we need to open it, what we would normally load out with. But we were able to get the intermediates open, the holes in the, before you get to the center. We usually don't do that till we're at the door or till we're almost empty or the center plugs up. Not the greatest scenario, but we're at least getting beans out of that bin. If we have to, which we probably will, we'll probably have to load most of the beans like that. Not ideal, but we'll at least be able to empty that bin this year without having to use a grain bag. To fire this truck up, at least we'll have another empty semi, which will be very helpful. Hello, Bertha. There we go. Side note, it is 65 degrees and it's kind of overcast, but every now and then the sun peeks out and the wind's blowing. So that'll dry those beans out really well. We are going to hopefully, I don't know if we'll be able to get done before it rains again or not, but we're going to try really aggressively to do that. Oh, hallelujah, we caught another rat. Oh, he looks so mad. How's it going, dude? Yeah, it's not going to go well for you. Yeah, you can bite all you want, you ain't getting out. Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back, I'll help you. Be right back. Now on a side note, we did just expand the empire a little bit and had to go over to the attorney's office, sign some purchase papers. We did just buy a small piece of land that bordered one of the home farms. So that's good news today. Yeah, that's fun. Now that wasn't a huge expansion. We bought 10 acres. But hey, it bordered the farm. It's flat. We can farm it. It's not being farmed now, so perfect. So eventually that will stop spinning and we will start loading. And that's when we're going to throw the valve. All right, now it's loading and we can flip this valve. The loadout. Now we'll be able to load out of that pipe. To the trucks we go. Now that guy is dedicated. All right, time to start loading out. There we go. So we're loading out here. I usually pick a spot that I can, kind of remember. So I know the ribs on the grain bins right here are stopping points. And then when I pull up to the second hopper, for example, bottom of the concrete, lined up with the door, right here at the end of the patio, that's how I know where to stop. Right there. All right, on with another load. So we were able to get the dryer finally lit. Had a breaker going bad and it was preventing the dryer from igniting, which is a problem, but we got that. Got to light that time, so at least now we can dry this corn. The reason we are going to this other mill is the local Cargill is not taking anything over 16%. So now we'll at least be able to dry corn, take it a little bit closer to home, and we won't get dinged for a drying charge. All good things. And we can dry beans tomorrow. We're probably gonna be drying beans tomorrow, it sounds like. And there's my stop point. So while we've been hauling, Dad's been hauling some more gravel. That's where the hoop barn's gonna go. So that thing, I don't know when it's getting here. It should be here anytime, I think. I thought it was coming this week. All right, we're loaded. So one thing Brother BJ and I need to do as we finish up for the day, we need to clean up these beans that we overflowed a little bit better. I got the beans that I could get that weren't going to contaminate the bin, and everything else that's still on the ground. It's going to have grass and dirt in it, so we're just throwing away. Fortunately, we're throwing away, you know, a decent amount of beans, but it happened. This is the last truck we got to load tonight. Everything's closed as far as elevators to take this corn to, so we're just gonna load it up for tomorrow. You watch, we're cleaning up that bean spill and we'll spill corn out of here now. About guaranteed, but we're gonna try. Sometimes we multitask well. Might be a little bit more expensive, but this is definitely the best wheelbarrow we've ever had. Go check our truck. Oh yeah, yeah buddy. So we're pulling corn out of this bin. If you missed the video a while back, we overflowed this bin as well. Once you get corn on top of the roof of a bin, you're not going to get the best airflow, so trying to get the corn off the roof, whatever corn we have left to dry will then go back into this bin. That's the plan. Once we get it off the roof, there'll be a big funnel in there we can fill up. But we got to get a couple loads out to get it off the roof. Now we'll have to do the same thing with that bean bin sometime in the very near future. So I gotta go pick Dad up. He is done hauling gravel for the hoop barn. We're gonna move some equipment around and that's gonna be it for tonight.